Right, welcome back everyone, welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 2.
Episode 2, yes. We've got James with us this week.
Welcome.
Thank you. He's he couldn't make it last week because he was working. But we actually have some interesting news to podcast.
Yeah, to talk about. Let's start off straight away. I mean, the new Jeep Recon, the 2026. Have you guys seen this car?
I've personally not looked into it yet, but
Don't bother.
I'm interested.
I saw photos. Yes, I saw photos, but
It's a boat, a very ugly boat with some really interesting specs. So it's electric, of course, like all of the new cars are coming out. It's basically like a bubble mix between a Jeep Grand Cherokee and then some of the parts from a Wrangler.
But it's electric.
Yeah.
Is it fully electric or
Fully electric.
Oh.
Like, are you talking like Cybertruck?
Nope.
Like
No.
that sort of battery level of
No.
electric? No.
No, it is pretty much just a minivan with removable doors.
Sounds like
the
something
doors
James
that you
would
can
drive.
take off.
So
It
it's
looks really weird with
basically-
the doors off, doesn't it?
yeah, I
so
mean,
it's basically a suburban electric
it's
SUV.
a family car with removable doors.
Yeah,
I mean, it
okay.
does have some cool features. It's got a, it's not going with a solid front axle this time, and it's also going to have locking diffs. This is the thing with the electric vehicles.
But the Rubicon comes with a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this tech's been around for a long time. It's not that mind-blowing to release a 4x4 with this kind of technology, making it look like a family car.
But I wonder what's the range when you actually do push it in the off-roading, because obviously it's going to be different, right? If you're going to do rock rolling, which I think it's coming out in the States first, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of it is going to be rock rolling. But
Yeah, but like
how
this
far
weekend,
are you away from a charging point?
This
Yeah.
weekend, we've actually, Ruben and I have just last minute entered into the RDC, and that's what 150 kilometers through the desert of
That's after
trying-
getting there.
Yeah.
After a
After-
4-hour drive to get
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
which is a long way through the desert as it is. You don't know how long it's going to take. You want to try and do it in under 150 kilometers.
Yeah.
You're going to do that in an electric car? Or are you
No
gonna do
way.
it-
Because also, you
But
think about
one-
when you drive electric cars fast on the road. You've seen the videos. The power just drops like there's nothing, right?
Exactly.
And when you're in the dunes, you might not be going 200 kilometers an hour. You might only be sitting at around 50, 60 at the best of times. But you are foot to the floor going up some of those dunes. You're not giving it rest.
But can you imagine camping? You have all the electricity
Yeah.
that you want.
I mean,
You
the
can
time is taking us up here with different battery
Yeah.
setups just to
Exactly.
set up our
You can
podcast
power
here,
your
right?
fridge, you can power your lights, you can charge your phones.
But you can't get home in the
Yeah.
morning. Because you've done all of that, right?
Some diesel generator in the back.
Well, no, but I mean,
Charging up the car.
what do you guys think of these electric vehicles in the desert? Because we haven't seen them either. I mean, when obviously Libra Festival's been on recently, which has been awesome. We're still desperate to go.
Can I interrupt you?
Of course.
Everyone want a Holston?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
We'll grab one of those.
Yeah, I mean, when the Libra Festival was on,
Mm.
we saw a couple of clips of some Cybertrucks going up Moree Dune.
Even the normal Tesla,
Even
Tesla,
normal
I think it's the
Tesla, yeah.
Model 3, Model 3.
Model
Yeah,
S,
Model
Model
3.
S or Model 3, I can't remember
Yeah.
the difference. But yeah, even with that, you're right, exactly. We saw the videos of them going up, but I mean, let's be honest, you could probably put a Kia Picanto up that if you had off-road tyres and enough speed. If you had enough speed, it's not
I
that
think for me,
impressive.
like,
That's like going with the Jimmy.
don't diss the gym now.
Can I?
No. Jimmy's an awesome car.
Can I interest you in a pomegranate or I think it's mojito?
Mojito.
Mojito.
What would you
Pomegranate
like?
mojito?
I'll take whatever's going.
I'll go Mojito. I know you don't like.
I'll go pomegranate.
There
I
you
do
go.
like a mojito. What are you talking about?
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah?
Pomegranate?
Huh?
You don't like mint.
What are you talking about? Do you even know? Joe, I've known this guy nearly 10 years and he doesn't even know me.
Been a horrible time, yes.
Do you want a bottle opener or can you do it like a man?
You can twist
there
it.
we go.
Cutscene.
Don't cut your hand.
Hey!
Yeah.
Let's get a real man to open his drink.
Right, cheers, gents.
Cheers, gents.
Welcome back.
Yours.
Oh, I can't reach it.
Oh, yeah.
Look in my eyes, come on.
Right, going back to it.
For me,
Electric
it's
vehicles in
the,
the desert.
yeah, like we obviously go out almost the whole year round, right? So when you're going outside and it's 45 degrees Celsius and you're pushing these cars,
Yeah.
as you know, they get really hot and like you just don't know. You've seen cars just driving along the road and they catch fire, electric cars, you know.
It's
So,
actually interesting because you're not going to have overheating of the engine,
Oh,
basically.
good
no,
point, yeah.
which is
You
true.
don't
Well,
need-
engine still gets hot. It does still get hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Still
the
got
batteries. The
Yeah,
batteries get hot.
yeah.
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 But you also have to consider, like, I mean, we know from Toby's Jeep, you add in aftermarket wiring to put in all your off-road lights and whatnot.
Yeah.
You can do that in an electric vehicle as well. Okay, it's going to do it. But can you imagine opening?
No chance.
Imagine taking
it
your
up
car to an
and-
electrician, not a mechanic,
Yeah.
to add lights.
Ask an electrician to come around your house so we can sort your car out.
My whole toolkit in the back
But,
of the car that I.
But getting back, sorry, you said the RDC. What does that stand for again?
Rahal Desert Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. It's a last minute thing that I got the call from Jovan the other day. He's part of a team called Beached Boys, and yeah, he was calling to see if he could fill the slot. I didn't answer the phone.
He called me. He called me to ask Declan.
Wait, did I ask you to drive?
No.
No.
Funny enough.
That's only just because I've done it, and
Well,
they needed someone who could just turn
We
up
should note
last
this
minute.
as well. We actually did this 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So Toby and I did the Rahal Desert Challenge 2 years ago. We came 4th and 3rd.
No, 4th and 2nd, wasn't it? We did really well.
Yeah, we did. 4th and
second.
2nd.
Yeah.
Let's see how well we do this year. I've entered into now. So back to the story. Jovan gave me a call. He then said he's found someone else. It's a shame. Actually, I would have been interested. I kind of was waiting for that to fill the slot. We didn't enter a Ventrax team this year because
We were thinking about it. It's just busy. And
Yeah.
we've just been busy, and we've all been. I mean, James is only you just got your Suzuki, right? So
no better way than going to Liwa.
yeah, still
Put you all to
breaking
shame.
in his car. But then I got the call from another team called Sandy Rim, which I love the name. Great name. Yeah, me and Ruben are going to go along. We're actually heading off tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And essentially, I mean, do you want to tell them about what the RDC is, or what?
Yes,
what
it's
it is?
actually really cool. So it's out in the desert at Liwa.
Yeah.
It's going to be my first time attending. I'm going to be Declan's co-pilot because someone needs to keep him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I took Toby 2 years ago, but
Yeah, I mean,
Spent the whole time like this,
we
right?
just about got by. You know, you meant to do it in a straight line and it looked more like a treasure hunt at the end of it.
So basically, I think they give you a set of coordinates where they have a path throughout the desert, and you need to stay in between the boundaries.
They give you like a corridor, essentially,
It's a
right?
better
It's
word,
like just on the GPS, you literally have like a corridor like this, and you have to stay between the two of them.
But go from point A to point B in the least amount of distance.
Yes, shortest
So
distance.
you can stay in the corridor, but if you go zigzag to try and find an easier route,
Yeah.
you'll get at the back of the pack because you'll rack up the kilometers.
We'll ask the editor to lay over the map now.
Yes.
Here.
And you'll see that it kind of goes up and loops back on itself.
It's an L shape, isn't it?
It's
You-
no.
It's a
This
U.
one,
Oh, is this one different?
so this
It's
one
a
starts
U.
like a U
Oh,
shape.
interesting. Because
So
last
you
time it was
start
an
in
L.
the same spot and finish in the same spot, which is
Interesting.
quite an interesting
Yeah.
thing. And actually, this year, I think they did it last year as well. They added some obstacles. So you'll see there's some purple and some green boxes. Those boxes are obstacles. If he's done a good enough job editing, then you'll see those.
Let's see.
So do they track you, or is it just whoever gets there first?
No,
Basically?
so it's not time
So
based.
it's not time based,
They
which is
explicitly
nice.
say it's not a race as
Yeah.
well. They,
Yeah.
they very
Okay.
much make it out as definitely
But
not
you
a
need to make
race.
it back before sunset.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a time. There's a curfew.
Yeah.
essentially,
Which
to-
is fair
for
enough.
safety. It's for
Yeah, it's
safety.
for safety
Yeah,
reasons.
100%.
But you have to enter with a Garmin GPS or GPS equivalent. It can't just be like Gaia on your phone because it needs to plot every like 50 meters or something like that.
It's even shorter. But it has to be like super accurate.
Yeah, super
Time,
accurate pinpoint. I have to
reporting.
actually tweak the settings on my GPS before we go, and then when you go through their finish line, I hand them my GPS and they take it, and then they take the route off, and then that's that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's clever. It's a clever setup.
It's nice. I mean, it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes.
I also think it's nice that we're going the Friday.
Yeah.
Camp the Friday night. Drive the whole Saturday, basically.
Yeah.
It's 100 kilometers.
I look
Saturday.
forward. I look forward to the year that we enter as Ventrax. I mean,
Yes.
I think we've got a nice setup that we can have GPS 1 as like me and Ruben, and then we can have Toby as kind of sweep with his winch setup, and then we can have James on like a bit of a scout situation where he can
Because
go
it is
ahead and
teams of
find-
four cars.
Yeah,
Four cars per
Four
team.
cars.
They're actually quite nice and strict with the safety recommendations. So everything needs to be strapped down. I believe they check your car before.
Yep. There's a good bunch of guys. It's Desert Dudes UAE.
Yeah.
We'll link them in the description. Go check them out. They're on Instagram. They've just posted all the teams that are entering this year. So I know a lot of the teams actually entering. We've got Harry entering with his Des Club 7, I believe, if I pronounced that correctly. He said to me the other day that they used to go to a club here called Club 7. and they came up and they love the desert. So
Yeah.
Des Club 7. We've got Sandy Rim, which is a team that
Very original.
we've got Sandy Rim, which is a team that Ruben and I have joined. We've got the Beached Boys. They're dressed in their Hawaiian shirts.
I like,
Oh,
it.
cool.
I like the
I
theme.
like-
The theme it
yeah.
adds a bit more
Yeah, it
interest
adds a
to the
little
whole
bit
event.
something.
It makes it a bit more
There's
fun
an
as well.
all-girls team going this year, which is Harry's other half, Tyrion. She's entering with a couple of, there's 4 girls entering. They're called Toe DC7, which, if you can figure out what their anagram is for their name, you'll love it.
Comment down below what you think it stands for.
Take a
Yes,
guess.
yeah.
Take a
Comment
guess.
below what you think.
TOW.
TOW.
All girls.
All girls.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a couple more here. We've got Off-Road Company. We've got a 4x French Team 4. Sand Under My Feet. Boom Salam Alaikum. And
That's cool. That's cool.
Lost and Found, Always Lost, Sometimes Found. And then we've got Mad Zone. Yeah, there's so many teams entered. We've got Tough Cookies that have
It's a
entered.
lot of teams, eh?
And
Yeah, a lot of
and
teams.
one of the key teams that we actually haven't mentioned, which are probably the only other people in the UAE who I know have done a podcast as well in the past, is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot,
Yes.
WTF.
Yep.
They've won it a few times. They're the people to beat.
And they've got all the gear, man. They've got all
Of
the
course.
You should see their
That's cool.
rigs. Their
Um,
setups are absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Really cool rigs.
They've got some nice cars. They've got really good setups, and they come every year, and they put a good competition behind them.
Yeah.
So yeah, really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good competition, but ultimately, I'm just looking forward to getting away from the weekend.
100%.
No phone signal.
I'm looking forward to camping tonight.
Yes,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm looking forward to.
Where are we sleeping?
We are actually, Declan and I are sleeping in the FJ.
Aw.
We're gonna be
Oh,
like
lovely.
James and Sheila.
Yeah.
Sharing the back of the bed.
We're gonna put a nice air mattress in the back of the FJ. I mean, Declan's got the drawer system and he's removed his back seat, so there's
Yeah.
enough
It's a big,
space.
big flat area. Yeah.
Enough space for the two
I mean,
of us.
we got the idea from you, James. So,
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to explain what your setup is for camping? We can move into a bit of a camping segment, I guess. now.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm quite lazy.
No way.
Yeah,
You?
I haven't got time for tents, and so in the Jimny, you can make the back seats lay flat, and the front seats also lay flat, and it makes enough room in the 4-door Jimneys for you to just about sleep in. So.
I think we should just bring up why you don't do tents.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I like to be sleeping when it's silent. And I can't deal with the wind.
But-
Can't deal
but-
with his snoring.
But
Basically, in a
what
tent.
what story am I particularly
Yeah.
thinking about?
I know the exact
Yeah.
story
From
that's being spoken
A
about.
nice mountain trip that maybe you could discuss, or
Well, there's. I mean, I think it all happened in the same night, didn't it?
yes,
So, I mean, you know, we all love camping.
You look nervous.
We all love camping. We all love the outdoors. We're, somewhat rugged guys, enjoy being outdoors and
As
getting
Ruben
our hands
crosses his
dirty.
legs.
As he crosses his legs. Very rugged. Very, very rugged. Well, 2 stories. Number 1 was the funniest. I just remember waking up in the middle of the night, going out of my tent, and just seeing basically a mound of tent on the floor, and just thinking that
Well, even
James had blown away in the wind.
even
I had
before
no
that,
idea.
right? So we were with a few people, and I'd just set the tent up, and as I just set it up, one of the guys we were with said, "Oh no, don't have your tent facing that way because it's going to blow away." Because the opening was as the wind was blowing in. So waited for me to set it up. So I turned it all round again.
was that shit?
Yeah, well, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Tried to. I was like, "Cheers, James." Tried to. Anyway, moved it all round. Couldn't get the pegs in the ground. They were just bending, And it was a really cheap tent because I was just like, "Oh, I don't need an expensive tent." Anyway, it had been fairly calm all night. As we went to bed, it was gale force winds.
It was
really
honestly,
bad.
it got so windy.
And I
mean,
remember,
I'm in a solid frame tent, and
Yeah.
I was struggling to keep
Yeah.
kind of the tent up that night.
and it was just one of those pop-up tents. There was no real structure to it, and I remember just laying in there, hearing the zip flapping around in the wind, thinking, "Why am I doing this to myself?" Anyway, and then Deck had got up to put his awning down, so I thought I couldn't sleep, so I was like, "Fine, I'll go and help him." And then we just finished doing that, turn around, and then we just see Shayla sat up in bed, just tent on there, like a ghost made it. So
Yeah, it was
it
just
was very funny.
it was fantastic.
But that spawned the idea
That
to,
was-
begin the camping in the car, right?
I
So-
then set up the back of the FJ to have the setup in a sense. to be able to sleep in the back of it, but I never actually used it. So I was like, James, use the car. Like, you guys then slept in it, and then that was it. You were then set on sleeping in the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that set you up now. That's
Yeah.
your
Were
that's
you
your
in
go-to.
were you in that Suzuki at the time, or were you in the old one, Stamp?
I think no, I don't think. I think it actually.
Did you even have a car?
No, we did have it. And,
No. You guys came with me that time.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
they
were
came
supposed
in
to
the
come.
Jeep.
Yeah.
So we'd got this Jimny. It wasn't very good. It had a very hard life, and every time we got it fixed, it then broke again.
Don't say it wasn't very good. That thing was awesome.
It did the job for what
It had a lot of character.
it had.
And also,
Yeah,
it had
did.
so much character. Yeah.
It did.
I've never any car I've worked on. I'm quite handy in the group with the cars. I wouldn't call myself a mechanic as such, but
I
No,
wouldn't
we wouldn't call
either.
you one either.
I was gonna say, that's where they all break down.
oh yeah, but I
Vendetta
vividly
Hodges.
remember there was something wrong with that car that we couldn't. It was electrically related, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And I remember lying upside down with my legs sticking out the top of the car, with them like coming out the side of the door, trying to figure out what the problem was.
This is the Gen 3 Jimmy.
The
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, the small.
So
Yeah, the
we'd-
small.
we'd
you
find
used to
it.
have.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Why don't we put a photo on screen, show
Yeah.
everyone the Jimny they had
Yeah.
in this section.
But yeah, no. So we just had it fixed, and then the day before we were about to leave, and then chewed an auxiliary belt, so we couldn't go because I couldn't get it fixed at short notice. So I ended up going in the back of Toby's Jeep
With
Which
no
was
doors.
mistake number one.
With
That
no doors
was-
and no roof for a
and
2-hour
mistake
drive
number
to the
one.
mountains.
and yeah. So the night before, I hadn't really slept that much, and then I was just sat in silence on the way back, holding everything down in the back.
Yeah,
So we didn't
there's
have
like
any,
a bin
we
bag
hadn't-
flapping
yeah.
against his face the whole journey
And I just
back.
got home. And
I
was
remember
like,
how
what a trip.
miserable you were.
Yeah.
I thought that was it. I thought you were done. Like never gonna get into 4x4.
But that's why
Yeah.
we go camping.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it's
experiences
good
like
fun.
this.
You
It's
learn
good
what you
fun.
like, you learn what you don't like.
100%.
Yeah.
Come Monday morning,
Yep.
everyone's relaxed, you're refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And he's
no,
learned
like-
something new about himself. He doesn't like being in the back of a Jeep for 2 hours driving to the mountains with a bag flapping against his face.
I think
I
it
don't
took a
think a lot
month
of people
later.
like being
You
in
had
the
the
back of a
new
Jeep.
Suzuki.
Yeah, we just got really lucky with it. There was one available that came in, so we just took it, and it's been great.
On the screen now is his
The new
four-door new Jimny that he's purchased.
But getting to the wind, it is
Have you got
actually important to check your weather. UAE is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the desert, the wind catches up, or whether you're in the mountains, some rain collects, comes down the wadi.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff that we need to be careful of,
Especially in the wadis.
especially in wadis.
Yeah.
But also, there's an island off the coast of Abu Dhabi called Dalma Island. You can
Yes.
drive with your car there, with your
We still need
4x4.
to- we need to
still
organise
do
it.
We
it.
need
still
to plan
need
one.
to
We've
do
been saying it for months.
But
now.
the
We
problem
have to
is,
plan
these guys got on the ferry, got onto the island, camped really nicely, wanted to come back, wind picked up, ferry is not going. So they
Ah.
got stuck on the island for a week.
for a week.
A week
Wow.
they were stuck on the
And
island.
that's a different
Wow.
situation. It's preparing for food. It's,
Yeah.
100%.
is there any shops on that island?
There is a co-op. There is a co-op, but they don't stock for people camping for a week.
So you say
Yeah.
co-op, and I immediately go back to the UK.
UK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cooperative.
Green cooperative.
Yeah.
I think it's Union Co-op or something.
Oh,
like
one of
that.
those, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, they'll have
It's-
everything from food to,
But it's not
you
very
know,
big.
cake trays.
It's
Uh,
not
the whole lot.
I don't think this one is that one.
Maybe not.
You need to cook
But,
for
um,
Rafa.
But
Yeah.
you can imagine being stuck for an extra week after your
Yeah.
camping trip.
Yeah.
So just check the weather. Make sure you know where you're going. Prepare. I mean, I'm not saying to prepare
God, I mean,
for
imagine
a
if all
week
of us
every
got
time.
stuck together for a week when we only wanted to spend 2
I
days.
don't- I'd
Oh
swim
my
back.
god.
No,
I'd
I just
swim
wouldn't
back.
do it.
Yeah, I'd
So
risk
this
it.
is-
I'd turn
this
the
is
Jeep into a
where-
boat. I'd risk it.
But this is where you kind of lead into what we're trying to do with our Instagram a little bit, where we're trying to offer some basic tutorials, basic information, things to consider, things to learn. We're not teaching you how to drive a 4x4. That's not what we're here to
Because
do.
we're all
Like,
still learning.
And we're
Yeah.
not experts
Yeah,
in any
we're
sense.
not experts
it's
in any
just
sense.
the basics.
Everyone needs to learn their own 4x4, and you become an expert of your car. You're not an expert of any car. I mean, there's a couple of guys here that are running the RDCs and whatnot this weekend who, I'd let them drive any car. But that's what we're here trying to offer for everyone, is actually basic tutorials that teach people how to deflate your tyres, how to
Put your car in four-wheel drive.
put your car in four-wheel drive,
If
how
you've
to
just taken it out of the showroom and you don't know. And
how to check for the weather. Like, there's good apps, but
Actually-
the one main app to use is NCM. You can't find it on the App Store because it's got an Arab name. It's got an Arabic name.
Yeah, Arabic name.
One question I do have, because I don't know, I know it's a thing, is can you explain what locking diffs are? Because I know it's a thing, but I don't actually know.
it's so simple. You've got your back wheels, or you can have rear and front diffs.
Yeah.
The wheels turn independently,
Yeah.
as they are at the moment, and when you lock the diffs, they stop turning independently.
So they're
and they turn
linked together.
Okay.
What people
So
do in
your
drift
left and
cars,
right-
they actually weld the diffs in drift cars, like in Mazdas.
Yeah,
and
because I've heard
these.
that's the thing as
They
well.
weld
Yeah.
the diffs. It does the exact same thing, but it's obviously the cowboy style.
Okay.
In modern 4x4s,
So what
you
it
can
does
choose
is
to
you
lock.
have then the same amount of turn or spin on
Mhm.
both wheels.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then you can use that in situations where you get stuck to,
Yeah.
like, keep a tire spinning essentially.
Yeah.
And the reason why cars don't come out with welded diffs is when you turn. That's why they tell you if you lock your front diffs, don't turn sharp on hard surface.
I mean, you know, when you're in four-wheel drive,
because you'll
you get that look,
overstress the.
and you're on a tarmac road.
Yeah.
Kind of the same feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, going off this, obviously we talk about different cars, and you know, we know the reliability of our cars. We see certain other makes of cars with their unreliability.
Jeep.
Mainly Jeep. Well, I mean, touch wood. I'm still on a good
know-
roll. I'm still
do
on
you
a
know
good roll.
I touch wood here. I thought Toby buying a Jeep was going to be my biggest headache.
Trust me, I heard it.
Having a phone call every week, being like, "This is broken. That's broken. This is broken." We've had that Jeep 2 years.
Coming up to 2 years.
Oh,
yeah.
don't jinx it.
We touched wood. Don't worry.
Touch
More.
wood. Touch wood. I'll
More.
take a piece of wood.
Yeah,
Pass it
you
around.
hold this.
Positive and positive. No, you can keep the wood.
You've had you've had minor issues.
Yeah.
I mean, the same as what I've had probably in my Toyota,
Yeah.
and the same as what you've had in your. I mean, actually, Ruben's had more trouble in his Mitsubishi recently.
And the Pajeros are some of the most solid cars in a lot of minds.
So
Like,
that
That's
thing's
a
got
specific
what
one.
280,000 kilometers. or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's done. It's done its trips around the world.
Yeah. But I mean, so going back to it, and you know, we kind of started off with the new Jeep that's coming out next year. And we look at electric cars. I mean, have you guys been seeing what they've been doing with Chinese cars in the market? Because
Yeah.
I'm not just off-roaders. Even road cars. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not releasing just electric cars to try and compete with the others. They're actually going back to the roots
They're
of
setting-
producing internal combustion engine vehicles with awesome specs.
But also the thing is
I like the E.2.
they're starting to set the standard.
Yes.
Like they're setting the benchmark for what, especially electric vehicles.
And affordable.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, so
But the
affordable.
only thing is they're off. What I've heard, and this is just rumors through the WhatsApp groups and various others. It's great that you got a 1,000,000-mile warranty. It's not great that I'm in the garage every week.
Yes, that's
So-
also.
But
yeah.
to be fair,
How
but then
reliable
there's a lot
are
of
they?
those
Like-
stories. I know 3 people that have Chinese cars.
Yeah.
Have they had a single issue?
Yeah,
Nothing.
but on one of the, and I don't want to actually name car brands or anything.
No.
It's a very popular one, especially in Dubai and the UAE at the moment.
The T2. Is it?
Similar make, but a
Yeah.
but a different one. A guy had an accident on his back fender on the petrol flap,
Okay.
on the gas flap,
Yeah.
right? It seemed like either someone bumped him or he reversed and it got stuck and he just kept on reversing. So the back panel got damaged.
Yeah.
Went to insurance. Oh, it's a write-off.
Yes.
This car's
Really?
got 40,000 kilometers on.
Wow.
Not even 40,000. And the mechanic said, sorry, I can't fix this. It's
Yeah.
too
But
much.
benefit for him, he's just got a brand new car out of it.
Yeah, but you don't want to write it off.
Oh, of course not.
Doesn't make any sense because like my 6-year-old 3 times crashed Ford Focus, they just keep fixing that and putting it back on the road.
Only 3.
How many
3
times
with
have you
me
crashed
anyway.
it?
Huh?
How many times have you crashed it?
3.
Let's just stop.
So 4 guys came out tonight to do the podcast. So I decided to make them a South African delicacy. It's called the Braaibroodjie. James, you want to try that one?
Yeah, sure.
No, the word.
Pronounce it.
Braaibroodjie.
No, because you'll all just laugh at me. But it's been a long day, guys. All right, it's been a long
I'm joking.
day.
So basically, and I'll probably get shot for this. It's a barbecue sandwich. You make it on the barbecue.
Did you
but
just call it a barbecue?
oh, did you see
The
how
South
inside?
African-
It's called the Braaibroodjie. It's basically a sandwich you make on the fire.
Stop talking. Let's get it.
Can I get the spelling for that for the subtitles, please?
Yes. No problem. I'll do it. Yeah, no problem.
Let's go.
We'll make it.
Let's get started.
Get started.
Come on, boys. Let's see how it's done.
Fucking peeled.
I'll give you tomato
Wait, why do you have to cut like an angle?
because then you can't see.
You know how it's the Ruben show? It's actually the Declan show.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's meant to be
Wow.
Ruben's segment.
Making what? Braaibroodjie.
Braaibroodjie.
So tell us.
There
what
we
you
go. So basically, it's a sandwich: cheese, tomato, onion. Secret
make.
ingredient:
Sounds like the start to a song.
Mrs. Ball's chutney. This you cannot make it without this.
We're gonna become a cooking show soon.
Now, the thing is, I'm using normal white bread. I'm not using sourdough, and I'm also using normal cheddar, not 100 years mature cheddar down in the hills of Ireland. The cheaper, the better. That's the whole thing about the making food in the camp. Okay, cheap is nice. Fucking struggling. That's what I'm doing. No, but this is very. People are gonna make fun of me for the way I.
I don't care.
Grate that cheese, Ruben.
Everyone make fun of him in the comments.
Ruben, why are you using that grater? Go on.
That was a bloody fun.
A couple of weekends ago, we kept throwing her in there.
Yeah, but it's because. Ruben, you're back at the wrong time.
Declan, shut the
The RDC.
So Ruben, are you making a grilled cheese, yeah?
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna make one. It's for me.
Don't put that there.
I want to put it there because I need to put one more here, one more there, one more there. Oh, this is Declan's.
Yeah, so you're cutting all the corners off.
So 2 corners, no onion. 1 corner, no tomato. This is what I would never open a restaurant. Can I have no tomato, no onion? No, you eat what I give you.
He's forgotten a crucial ingredient, did he?
Because the no butter threw me off. Just move it around.
We missed a few bits.
You got a microphone?
Hopefully Toby's done a nice montage.
That's a big word, Declan. The biggest thing here is not to take them off too quickly. The cheese will melt, the onion will be hard, which is not nice.
That's why I voted no onion.
That's why you're weird.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Mm.
Not because you're a child and you can't eat onion.
No onion.
Says the one not eating tomatoes.
I think it's ready.
I think you're burning it, Ruben.
Ruben, is it done now?
Pick it up.
No, please.
Cheese toasty.
Thank you very much.
Verdict?
Banging.
I mean, you're all.
Really good.
Absolutely banging.
That's
Oh,
better
yeah.
on your dog right now. Yeah. She's rubbing the mic.
A cheap cheese does do a good job.
The chutney makes a big difference. And
Yeah.
a lot of salt.
What? Vacuum cleaner over it.
This is the one. Ruben will put it in the description. How to make it.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's easy. You're good for breakfast.
Cheese toasty with extra steps.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
That was nice.
Lovely.
And back to the podcast.
Slide transition.
Just using my
Put the torch down.
just using my new Nebo Torch.
Oh, Nebo. Oh, you go on about these Nebo brands all the time.
They're amazing. I got 3 of them now. I got the small one. I got 4 of them. Head torch, the small one, the medium size,
You
and I
only
got
have 2 hands. Why do you need 4 torches?
This one's good. If anyone's got a dog,
Or
this
child.
yeah, this is the 1/4 mile. You get a 1/2 mile. I
Or
think you get
Toby
a
as your
mile.
husband.
Yeah, God.
This is a torch that
Where's it
will
gone?
allow you to like point and search, and I can search for the dog. So
Not
it's amazing.
sponsored.
It's amazing.
Not
Yeah,
sponsored.
not
No,
sponsored.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
not.
unfortunately.
I
Nebo,
wish.
Nebo, if you listen to this.
Yeah.
If you want a Nebo, we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
If the
Actually-
lighting's all been ruined now, it's all that torch's fault.
Yes.
Yeah. The white
Yeah.
balance is just
Yeah,
straight
the
now.
white
Thanks,
balance
Declan. Yeah. So actually, one change I recently did in the Jeep, which to be fair, I'm kind of teething issues with it at the moment, but it's something to think about going forward. Obviously, I've got no roof or doors on the Jeep, which makes listening to the radio call-outs somewhat difficult when you're going 120 down the highway.
But that's your own doing, yeah?
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you don't
Anyway,
have to yourself.
so some of the options are, I can plug in a pair of wired headphones into the bottom of the onto the built-in radio and have it in my ear. It's not great. I can plug one into the handheld radio, but that kind of defeats the object of having the built-in radio with the extended range. So
Could just put the roof back on the
no.
doors.
So very simply,
Refuse.
a Bluetooth adapter that just plugs into the bottom
Yeah.
of the built-in radio and an AirPod, and connect the AirPod to the Bluetooth adapter.
Does it have to be AirPod?
No, it could be anything.
Oh, okay.
Need
I'll link the
Bluetooth
AirPods
headphones.
down in the description below. I've got the AirPod because it's smaller, it's in your ear. All Bluetooth devices are accepted.
buying
Get yourself one of those if you've got a built-in radio and you're stupid enough to have the doors and roof off.
Yeah, I don't have that issue.
Same here. I hear perfectly well.
It's called being boring.
Yeah.
My favourite is when we get a picture when he's on his way into work like that. It's like 15 degrees.
It's
outside.
cold.
It's colder than that. I think one morning when it's foggy, when there's fog out, it is about 12 degrees, which isn't terrible compared to British standards. But when you're driving at 120 down the highway, it is Baltic. It's horrible.
Yeah, no. I've got a nice setup for my radio now this weekend for the RDC.
Yeah. Follow along with these guys because they'll be there the whole weekend doing stories and
we'll try.
I mean,
we're out in Liwa. I don't know signal.
And also Ruben's going to be the cameraman. So what can we expect?
Yes. What can we expect from behind the camera?
Shaky footage.
It's just going to be his face. Wow.
We are here in Liwa. like a proper dad, like a proper old dad.
With your glasses around your neck.
No, so that I don't lose it.
Dad glasses.
So that I don't lose it.
Declan, how do I turn it on?
Hannah, I'm midway through climbing a 100-meter dune. Did you get it, Ruben?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's on. Say hi for the camera.
But absolutely, keep an eye on these guys this weekend because there's going to be, even if it's not on the weekend, there'll be content coming out over next week or of the whole adventure. So
follow along as much as you can.
Mainly it'll be on Insta. We'll post mainly some stories and stuff on Insta.
On at Ventrax Offroad, and then we will next week.
Ventrax or at Ventrax.offroad?
At Ventrax.offroad.
Offroad.
Yeah. Apologies. You'll find it.
Stuff in Ventrax.
And
just
then
look for our beautiful faces.
Yeah. Link below.
We'll in episode 3 we'll tell you the results. We'll discuss the results of where we came and
talk about the experience a
bit more. We can
Declan camping in the FJ.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some stories to tell.
Yes.
We'll keep you tuned. We need to pack tonight.
Yeah.
Most of my equipment is currently here.
Last minute supplies tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Make sure we take a bit of
Mozzie spray.
The Mozzie spray.
It's actually quite nice now on my legs.
Yeah.
It is quite cool.
Thank you.
I'll tell you one thing I've just noticed while we've been talking about you guys going to the RDC tomorrow. So that means our editor's got to get this done tonight and out on YouTube.
So actually, can I just make a caveat here? Let's pretend we've actually just been saying. So the RDC's happening at the moment because there's no way of editing this tonight. Ready for tomorrow.
You are.
No, you're gonna post it Sunday.
Yeah, but it's Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. We're gonna
So
post
you guys
Sunday.
will already be on the RDC.
Yeah.
When this comes out, they'll be doing the RDC at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Keep an eye on the socials.
I'm hoping I get another hat. This is from year 1. You didn't get one. You
No.
missed out. I'm hoping I get another hat. You need to sign your disclaimer form as well. Sorry, I'm related. Back
I've
to
not
the podcast.
received it yet.
I've got it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so stay tuned, guys.
We'll
likes,
update you.
Do the usuals, the like, subscribe, share with
Yes.
people if anyone finds it interesting. But also leave some feedback down below because we have ideas about what we want to talk about, but it'd be really good to have a bit more feedback from you guys.
Or if there's something you want to see us do, obviously not crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Careful.
a bit of a Q&A style situation.
100%.
If you've got questions about off-roading in the UAE, in general, just kind of, there's certain cars that have come out, you want to learn a bit more about it, we're here, we're open to, discussing it, and we're open to, taking the mick out of Toby for not being able to use apex valves. So we will probably wrap this up here, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember everyone knows which way to point this time?
And I point that way.
That way, up to top left.
Top left.
Top left.
This
Top
way.
left.
No, yep,
Down
that
there?
way. That side there.
Here.
Up there.
There'll be a link here.
There'll be a link here. Maybe go up a little bit.
Hey.
Yes, somewhere up there. There's going to be a link. Don't forget to subscribe and maybe watch some of our reels that we've done, some of our YouTube shorts about how to use your car.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
See you next week.